Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Crystal, and in today's video, I will be restoring my grandmother's plant stands. My grandmother has passed away now over 20 years, and my mom brought these to me and gifted them to me. I'm not quite sure where they have been this whole time, but I really just want to make them beautiful again and make my grandma proud. This video is part of the Patio Furniture Challenge, and this challenge is hosted by Margie over at Asking Spot. And as you can see, these are in really poor condition. There's tons of watermarks, the old finish is failing, and they're really, really dirty and gross. I'm going to be using this product called Smart Strip. I really, really love this stripper, and I despise stripping, but this product makes things a lot easier for me. It doesn't really have a horrible smell. It actually smells kind of pleasant. It's more of like a paste versus a gloppy, goopy mess with that you get with those chemical strippers in the can. So I'm just using a chip brush to apply it, and I'm putting it on kind of thickly. And the key with this stripper is you don't want it to dry. You want to make sure you get that stripper off while it is still wet. So I'm going to apply it and leave it on there for about 15 minutes or so before I remove it with a plastic scraper. I really prefer to sand everything to remove old finishes, but with these plant stands, there's a lot of curvy areas, which I just figured using a stripper would be easier to remove the finish from those areas, as I probably am not going to be able to do a good job with a sander. This Smart Strip product is actually eco-friendly. It is removed with water. It's biodegradable. So if you're looking for a product that is earth friendly, this is a good choice. And as you can see on the stand part of the plant stand, the spindly, curvy areas, that stripper is just sitting on there. It's because it is a paste, it doesn't like drip down and make a big gigantic mess. So I really do like that about this stripper. I believe this is a mahogany wood on this first plant stand I'm working on. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm not great at identifying different woods, but I'm definitely going to keep that mahogany look on this piece. On the curvy areas of the plant stand, I'm just using water and a green scrubby sponge to remove the paint stripper off of those areas. This mahogany plant stand was much easier to get the old finish off than it was on the oak one, and I really had some issues with that, as you will see in just a second. So here is the oak one. As you can see, it's really much more rough condition than the mahogany one was. In hindsight, I really wished I would have done a better job cleaning it before I used my stripper on it. I don't think I got off enough of the grime that was just sitting all over this thing. It was just really, really gunky and yucky. I had to use several applications of this Smart Strip paint stripper to remove this old finish. On the stand part, I actually switched to a steel wool to try and remove some of that finish. It was gunking up and like gumming up. It was a lot of work to get all of that stuff off. It took me a lot longer than I had thought and anticipated it would. But the steel wool, I feel like it definitely helped to get it off. But look at how gorgeous that oak is. Oh my goodness, I'm in love. I'm using soap and water and a brand new scrubby sponge, and I'm still getting gunk off of this stand. I switched to mineral spirits to try and remove some more. When that was finally finished, I was able to switch to sanding, and I used a 120 grit sandpaper to try and remove some of those watermark marks and even out the finish. This oak plant stand had a decent sized crack going through the middle of it. So I'm going to attempt to use some wood glue and then sand over this crack while the wood glue is still wet to deposit some of the sanding dust into the glue. This should act as a makeshift wood filler, and hopefully it will be stainable or accept stain easier than using a wood filler or a Bondo. I had to do a lot of hand sanding just to remove some of the stuff that was still left over. I could not get it all off with the stripper and the steel wool and all of the other methods that I had tried. So sanding it is all by hand. Most of it was gone, thankfully, so I didn't have to hand sand too awfully much. I then cleaned it again to remove all of the excess debris that was left from sanding. And I realized when I wet everything down, I really just loved the natural look of this oak stand. So instead of staining it, I just decided I was going to seal it and be done with it. So I used a few different color wood fillers to kind of match up that crack to the existing wood grain, just so that way it wasn't as noticeable when I applied my sealer to the top. I found this stain on Amazon, and the video I watched of it looked like it was super pigmented, and it's a water-based stain, so I thought I would give it a try. It was exactly what I was looking for, and it stained this whole entire piece beautifully. A lot of the existing stain was still in the wood grain, and I knew it would be almost impossible to get it out, so I wanted to match something as close as possible to what was already in the wood grain. And this was like the perfect match. I'm really happy with it. I only needed one coat coverage to get this beautiful rich color. It turned out really nice. I used a polyacrylic to seal both of the plant stands. I did several coats because, well, they are plant stands, and I figured they were most definitely going to be coming in contact with water, so I wanted to make sure they were good and sealed. And that was pretty much it, you guys. I want to thank Margie for hosting this challenge. And let's have a quick look at the befores. Tons and tons of water damage, tons of failing finish, and just really gross. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments if I successfully made these plant stands beautiful again. Thank you all so much for watching. Please make sure you check out the playlist. I will have it linked below as well as on the end screen. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope I've inspired you. Make sure you hit that notification bell and you subscribe to the channel if you like videos like this and content like this. Have an amazing day, everyone. Bye.